What's up, everyone? This is BigPowner, and today I'm going to be covering map crafting so that you can manage and make the most currency with each one of your maps. The thing is, we had so many changes this league, and one of the things that I said pre-league was we're probably going to be going back to how it was like over a year ago and how it was for a really long time, which was where the most consistent earnings we're basically just speed running maps, which is basically what we have this league. I'm not going to go into specifics in this video, but this is going to give you knowledge that makes it so that whatever zone that you want to play in, you're going to be able to do it the most efficiently. So the main thing on this is managing our maps and playing efficiently. Um, and the big part of that is map crafting in large quantities. I have a system that I used to use a lot, and what I would do is I'd craft a bunch of maps, like whatever's in a tab, and then I sort them based on how they come out. And the method is basically chisel, and you can do this with as many as you have. Um, I have one map that I'm not going to be able to play, and in case it goes unID'd, I'm just going to redo that one. Okay, so I have no elemental reflect. That's what counters me. Um, so then I'm going to just go ahead and go through them and vol them. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and sort these inside of my tab like we have here. And what you can remember is, the unID'd is basically just adding 20% quantity. That's the reason why I don't want to vol over an elemental reflect. And the reason why is because it's going to make it so that I have an unID'd map that has elemental reflect on it. And if I have a bunch of good sextants up and I don't remember that that map has elemental reflect on it and I throw it in, and then I just lose the map. It's not a good situation. What I always do is with a map that counters me, I put them in the bottom corner, the bottom right corner, because this is where maps naturally fill up. And then I do them by their quantity going across like this, starting with lower right around here, and then going across up to the 140s. So that's how I manage my maps. And the reason why sorting them like that, then I know that all of the maps that are placed in these lines are sorted by their quantity. So if I have good sextants to roll on, I'm going to use my bigger, better maps so that I can get the most out of those sextants. The maps that have lower rolls on them, I'm just going to take and speed run without really investing. Like I can just take a whole bunch of them, line them up, and just run them one after another, not really invest in them, not really just basically get them done. See if I get something out of them, but invest the most on the ones that are going to give me the most rewards. So that's kind of that there. Um, my personal suggestion, because this is kind of just like the broad stroke, is to focus on trying to get all the zones done. If you're planning on playing the season for a while and you want to be able to make currency consistently, obviously there's going to be some zones that are just going to be inherently better for speedrunning and stuff like that. But as the league goes on, tons of people are going to flock into specific things, and then that specific thing is going to be less profitable. And the reason why is because if tons of people are doing it, that means the supply goes way up, and if the demand's staying the same, the profits go down. So if your whole atlas is set up, then that's going to make it so you can be like, oh, all right, I'm going to look on PoEDB. This stuff's worth a lot. That's where I'm going to go farm. Um, I would say probably the best stuff to play right now would be as far as if you're just going for the regular mechanics, would be the Delirium zone because you have 10% chance to get Delirium. The Blight's kind of already fallen off at this point. We have Legion. We also have a good zone here that just throws in metamorphs. We can stack up alvas if we're trying to build up for delirium maps, because the alva is pretty much the best quantity for delirium maps. Also, we have, if we're going to be running delirium, this is probably our best zone here because we have chances for extra rewards. Also, we can get delirium map drop, so this is another good zone just to speed run in. Um, as far as like atlases right now, things to pay attention to, this is really good for speedrunning the the essences just because they're consistent currency. And we also have essences on the map. The other thing that's really good, but is best if we have good Watchstones rolled, which are pretty expensive, so that's kind of getting into an investment, is the ritual altars. They've actually gotten better, I would say, this league. It seems like they've boosted the loot, and they've made it so that when you get something good, it comes up quicker. So that is nice. A lot of people are doing the Jund missions, which has kind of taken some of the profitability out of it. I'd say it's still really good. It's just you, in order to make the currency out of it this league, you really have to be paying attention to your board because there's really specific things that are worth that currency. So I honestly might wind up switching away from Jun and just going into essences and altars. The only thing about that is I'm not kind of not super stoked on that because the thing is the altars do take up more time, but I don't know. That might be a good thing for this zone. This zone is nice because we get the 10% chance for Delirium Mirror. I mean, that right there is just pretty dope. We have some cool Abyssal Depths, and tip for that right now, those Scarabs are cheap, so if that's something you want to farm, that's a good thing to go into. We have Breach here. This is pretty much the Breach zone. If you want to run breaches, that's where I would suggest. I already kind of explained this area, just being able to pick up the Rogue Metamorph. If you don't care about getting the extra Alva missions, you could go with the finest samples. This is probably my favorite. Like if I'm not trying to build up Alvas, I'd go with these and the Delirium clusters, and this would be a good zone to run cartography scarabs on. Unfortunately, they nerfed this. It used to be 10%, which made it so you could just play Delirium endlessly, basically just by use map scarabs and just run, and you would pretty much get a Delirium map every single run after you built some up. You would consistently be able to just play Delirium, which was cool, but that's kind of gone away. The way that you would do that would be by taking and using Horizon Scarabs to roll it to that zone. So here we have Legion. We also have the Abyssal Troves. That's pretty much it. I I personally, this is nice, but it's kind of a risk because the thing is what's really paying us off here, or drawing us here. We get an extra Warhorde, but this gives us a chance for splinters to drop as emblems, which is essentially doubling the amount of splinters that you're getting. That's kind of what this is saying, and the reason why that is because it takes 100 splinters to make one emblem. If there's a 1% chance, then the average is that every 100 splinters that drop, you're going to get an emblem. So it's basically just doubling your splinters is the way you can look at that. I feel like this is the better zone if you're just going to be playing for like the rewards. Because first of all, we have Beyond mods in here, and then also we have more stuff that's guaranteed, more rewards that are guaranteed out of this zone. So this Glennick is going to be the better bet there. Here we have Blight, extra chance for Blight. We still have the Harbinger. I don't think I need to explain that because people pretty much know that. We could do the Metamorph here if you get tired of the Blight. As the league goes on, Blight becomes less profitable. We do have the Syndicate here, but the Syndicate in Haywark is just better, is my opinion on that. Once again, we have some breach mods here. This is nice because we have the 10% chance to pick up breach. We also have a 10% chance to pick up Einhar, which is pretty nice. So those are two nice things. If you were farming um, for the bay, if you're farming for the bay, the Rogue Harbor, that's a good thing to go for, the 10% chance for the smuggler's cache. So that is kind of a breakdown of the whole thing. As far as sextoning, I would definitely say that the extra sextant modifier right now is really valuable. I'm kind of just playing. kind of been behind this league, but I'm kind of just playing to build stuff up and focus on different stuff, completion and stuff like that. Um, I will be doing videos on the specific farming for each zone, but I kind of just wanted to give a breakdown of what my thoughts were on all this stuff and let you guys know how I prepare maps. The biggest thing about preparing the maps kind of comes down to this, and that's that for like I don't even for as long as I've played, we haven't had a league that doesn't have Nemesis or Beyond on it. We can't take and fracture maps, which means we really have to go back to this map management. And if you want to capitalize on things like Nemesis monsters drop more additional currency, you're going to need maps that have Nemesis on them, which once again, if we're crafting large groups of maps, we're going to be able to take and set aside the maps that have Nemesis on them. I think I'm kind of running. All right, so I put aside in this row my Nemesis maps reflect Nemesis, so that when I do get those Nemesis monsters drop 3 additional currency, then I already have maps set up for it. It's kind of just trying to make the best use out of the things that you get. As far as Watchstones, um, one nice thing about the Watchstones as they were, obviously last league they introduced better Watchstones. Well, if you're not using fully rolled Watchstones yet, you can kind of do what I'm doing, which is these will go anywhere. Like I can swap them out anywhere. The nice thing about this is if I roll sextants onto them, I can then take and put the best mods anywhere that I want. An advantageous thing to this is I could do general rolls even once. Like if you have full sextants, you could take and roll 3 general mods onto these onto the special sextants. Then you could pick one specific watchstone, or you could even do multiple watchstones, and you could roll anything on them. Like if you're looking for, blights, basically rolling them a bunch of times. um, that's an extra tip because then you can take and place those better mods wherever they're best. Um, the other tip that I would give is setting up like this. Like if I'm rolling special sextants, and the reason why I'm saying this is because not elevated, the awakened sextants are really expensive right now. So you don't really want to be wasting them. You probably want to be getting the most out of them that you can. So if you take and roll 3 general mods like I have on here, just non-rare stuff, that actually I wouldn't count. But if we just have like regular packs and stuff like that, then I can take my special sextants, put them into this slot, and roll them, and then it removes these whatever general sextant rolls are on these ones. So what I could do is I could have um, three regular sextants that I could use on every zone. You put them into the atlas, and then you apply the sextant to your special ones. And since these ones can be swapped, we can take and swap them all nice and easy. So you'd have your 3 sextants, you'd have your 3 regular sextants that are blocking common mods, and then you would roll onto the sextants that you're actually going to be using, which then would give you a higher chance of getting those rare mods. So those are some general tips that I feel should be able to help a lot of players make more currency. If you guys have specific zones and stuff that you guys want to see first, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. I already had one ask for Lear Arthane. So I will get to that. Honestly, this isn't my favorite zone, but so I'm glad someone asked about that because if I wasn't told that there was interest there, I probably wouldn't be touching that one anytime soon. So if there's specific stuff or farming that you would like me to cover, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this content, go ahead and give me a like. Thanks for watching. Peace.